Hello, everybody. Well, we got some interesting stuff in shipping today. So, with this will be on the Spyder drone Air Core. We have added to the fleet. We are solely sold on the DJI product line for drones. I will use other brands like Fimi and some other ones that I've looked at, and I'm flirting with maybe possibly in the future doing business with EXO, but for now we're staying with the originals because they just do it best. So what came in today was our Mini 3. Through some work and some recognition with the mother company itself, I'm basically able to enjoy this for extremely reduced amounts of money, but I'm not going to give you the details. But it worked out for me that I'm able to basically get from the Mini to, I have the Mini 2, I have now the Mini 3, and then I have the Air 2S that I'm taking classes for, that I keep grounded because it's not registered yet. But someday when I get my Part 107, I'll have all ranges of cameras and all ranges of functions of all the Mini class, and then an Air class for me able to do larger projects or flying in heavy wind. But today we're going to be unboxing this guy. Mini 3, the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So let's start by just going, and I can tell that this is from DJI because they seal stuff weird in China. You always get these ridges on top. So I'm going to just cut the plastic off and get it out of the way. A lot of the DJI boxes, they just simply unbox. So I haven't looked at the box in great detail, but I know like the R2S, it's a big box that uncovers. It's like a big shoe box. So I'm not getting that love out of here. In fact, I'm seeing an extra binder here. Let me get those out of the way. This is only my second unboxing, if you will, so forgive me. So this is sealed here, and there it is. So it is a side, like, top box entrance. It's very strange, so you'd think that it'd be orientated on top, but this is the top, and then all the other information that you get, you know, your specs and shipping data and disclaimers are all printed here. And I'm also already using DJI Fly, or the Fly app. I don't need to download anything, and I'll explain why here in a moment. So it looks like he comes fairly well packaged up. There's a sleeve that will come in handy for me later, actually, because I do travel in dust, and that I do tend to keep that around. Now, one thing I remember from the Air 2S and the Mini is DJI sure loves stickers. So the first thing that you need to do is go around and directly check it out for stickers. They're everywhere, trust me. So we're gonna just work on the craft for now, by the way. So here's one on the battery cover. He's gone. There seems to be more under the gimbal cover, so as soon as I get it unfolded, we'll take a look. But you can see that we have the forward facing sensors, and it also has bottom sensors here, and I believe it top, bottom, it's supposed to be omnidirectional, but I'm not certain on that. No, here they are. That's the top, bottom, and front. So, and when the craft is going, while they're at an angle, is when the craft is going, it tilts forward, so then it can do its job. So we start with unfolding the outriggers that unfold on the bottom. Be careful that you don't snap the blades when you do that, and then your side parts come out next. That's the way I do it on the Air 2S as well. Now, after inspecting the outer body, now that I have the blades extended, I can see I've gotten all the bodies from there. So now we're going to go ahead and remove all the stickers from there. So now we're going to go ahead and remove the gimbal cover. I love the new gimbal cover because you just pull up on this tab. If you've ever worked with a DJI gimbal cover, you know what I mean. It can be kind of a golden paint, but this one is really nice. I like the way it clasps farther back on the craft, and it just does a much better job. Now, I pulled a sticker and didn't even realize it, but this appears to be It's a remove before use, and it's some sort of pad, and I don't know. I'll have to read the instructions and make sure that doesn't get lost. And then I have the gimbal cover here. And looking at it more, you want to make sure and go around all the sides of your gimbal. And here is the sticker. Here is the sticker. There's 4 of them on this gimbal. They're pesky too. So 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you've worked with these craft before, or even cameras in general, don't think you're ready yet, because look, the gimbal's not moving yet. This should rotate freely, and it's not doing anything. So if you look at the bottom of the craft, DJI has put in some packing material in behind the craft, the camera itself. So I'm going to remove it from the bottom, and that reveals the cooling intakes and that allows air into the internals. Everything's out of the way now. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to inspect the gimbal loosely. It has a 180-degree tip on the up and down axis, so I want to make sure that that's moving freely. It moves freely, there's no binding in it, and of course it does the 3 axes. So here, side to side, up, down, and the angles. So we have the three axes. Everything looks good, and the blades are ready to go, and the brushless motors are spinning freely. Everything is looking good. Now I'm just putting these rubber pads out here. So and later on, when I get a little bit more ahead on from the cost of getting the craft, this is a $759 item. And as best as I could, because they're so new, you can't really get breaks on the pricings. So what else is going to come in the box? We need something to fly it with, right? So that's the craft. So we're going to go ahead and stick our finger, that's the finger hole for that goofy thing. Get that out of the way, and there's another finger hole. And the RCN1 remote should be there as well. And it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and unpackage it, because just to show it to you, it's going to go right back in the package. And then I have another box in the house where I'll have 2 RCN1s actually. Although I may connect this one, I've got to think about it. I own the RC Pro, and that is not the Pro remote that comes with this. You can order this with the they call it just the Mini 3 RC, and it's not the Pro. It does have some of the Pro's functionality and that, but the major difference between the RC Pro and the fancy one with the screen that comes with the Mini 3 is it's not as bright, the one that comes with the Mini 3, and I've watched several reviews on it. It's not as bright. It's only got a 700 nit screen. Secondly, it is not near the processor power that you get in the RC Pro. People look at the RC Pro, and when I first purchased it, it was a $2,500 remote control. And I remember when I told my wife about it, she gave me the look like, and what do I get for Christmas? Well, we'll work on that later, but it's a computer in your hand. When I'm flying the Air 2S and working on those films, and I've only been out a couple times, I've only done a couple training missions on private property, and I've kept it below treetop level. But when I've done that and used my shots, I can do everything on the RC Pro. I can develop master shots, I can edit movies, there's just all sorts of stuff I can do, because I've actually got an octa-core based droid with a screen built in for a remote, and that thing does amazing stuff. I have yet to even look into software options for the RC Pro, but it's the biggest investment that I made in the operations. It was a stiff one, and I worked it out to where after working with DJI, I'm becoming more popular on YouTube. They want my traffic as well, so we worked out a deal, and I was able to pay off my financed options for basically a third of the cost, of what I owed, and they relieved me of those debts. They're now paid for. I feel a lot better as a pilot because of that. I'm not flying leased craft or rented, you know, I consider it leased, but it's financed. But and we're ready to go. But so now I'll have the Mini 2, the new Mini 3, and the R2S capable. Both this craft and the R2S are flown with the RC Pro. So I haven't decided to bind this one to the RCN one yet. I just don't know if I'm going to do that. But the binding process is relatively easy and it only takes a moment. And it's an option I have considerable. But for now, I think that because I can, once it detects that there's more than one craft available to the RC Pro, it'll ask me when it starts up, what are you flying? You're presented with the R2S or the Mini 3. And it makes, you know, connects accordingly. I can't fly both at the same time. I don't think that's possible with the RC Pro. But it's going to be a nice feature to be able to have it. Now let's get back to what came in the box. This was the $759 kit with the basic remote. Remember the RCN one, when you unpackage it, its antenna are right here actually, and then there's your connection stuff and all that. It usually comes with, oh, that's got an Apple one in. You see they're picking sides now. That's kind of funny. And the gimbal cover's still here somewhere, but I'm keeping that close because that's a very handy item. The last thing that came in the box is the accessories. And this is we have extra blades, we have the screwdriver, we have the extra cords that you need to run for the USB setups or the Androids, and then of course we have the all-important charging cord as well. So I'll be having to charge this with the USB-C setup until I get a charger in, but that's easy to do, and I've got all those bricks and I'm ready to go. So I've got all my instructions, I got everything ready to go. I'm going to get this charging up and ready, and we're supposed to have a battery in here also. I have to see how to access the battery. Oh, I get it. There it is. There's the battery. The other thing that I'm going to be doing today is, you notice, okay, if you got the basic kit, then how did you get this bag? Well, this bag is not part of the kit. Now, one of the things that I ran into when I ordered this guy was, this comes with a 34-minute battery. That's it right here. So when I get this charged, I'll get about 30 minutes of flight time out of it. There's always a little bit of a fudge factor, and it's likely totally dead right now. So I'm not going to be able to do much with this today. I know I won't be getting into the air. I need to get it connected, I need to get it bound, and I need to go from there. Here's the manuals that come with it if you're interested in that, and got some silica for you if you like. It also came with spare props. The small screwdriver for changing it. It has the USB charging cable, I'm assuming this is, and then it had the extra cables for Type-C and USB-A. So, or USB-C, excuse me, USB micro. And then there is the gimbal cover as well. So the basic kit comes fairly bare bones, and you have to charge through the craft. So payday, I'll order in a high-speed triple charger that you can get in the Fly More kit. I did not get the Fly More kit because I can price together the items that I need a lot cheaper than I can for $259 for the Pro versions. So in my bag here, what happened with me was I was perusing and I got a challenge, if you will. Somebody told me, you'll never find that battery for less than $95. Everybody pays what they have to pay. So this is the 45-minute intelligent battery, the 47-minute flight time one. Now I can tell by weight difference this is significantly heavier. So I'm keeping this in my right hand because I know this was the original and this is the one that I want to get charged up first. But my kit with my bag was available from, I'll get the information and include it in the video and the details later. But you get, this is a genuine DJI bag. And, you know, it is the Mini 2 bag, I can tell that. It doesn't have any the embossments on the outside, but your tags are. Unless they've done a very good job at finding a mock. It still has the waterproof material. A lot of people complain about these bags, but I actually like the bags. They're quite waterproof and quite sound, and honestly quite well padded, and they do a great job of protecting your craft. So there's a full half-inch of foam padding that surrounds your craft at all times, and these fit very well in a backpack and compartmentalize everything in there as well. What I may do in the future is I may sew on a handle and cut the shoulders, because I use a pack in the field, but I've got to play with it, and that's in the future. But that's all I've got for today on the unboxing. It's one of the first ones I got to do. I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm very excited because my fleet is growing. I'll be getting another one of these batteries. I did get the Fly More kit with my Mini 2, so I have 3 batteries there. The Mini 2, that is now being flown by Leachy, so I'll be able to do follow me's and waypoints. And then the battery, the 30-minute battery that came with it, is in the craft. There's the RC in one. Oops. And my Intelligent Flight battery, the extra blades that I ordered, which are in, I've stored them up here. They're right in there. In fact, I'll put these extra blades up in here right now. They're all ready to go. I've got 2 sets of spare blades and all the cables that I need. And now I've got to charge, and then I've got to determine how I'm going to connect it and fly it. Who's going to be the client, and it's likely going to be the RC Pro. I've heard this little craft is one amazing beastie when it's flying with the RC Pro. The RC Pro has just so much more functionality to it than even the Pro RC that they send with this if you buy the $900 kit. Again, those look it up. The differences are vast. There's way more buttons, and the primary way that you can tell the difference between the RC Pro and the standard screened remote that comes with the Mini 3 is the Mini 3. If this had the screen, if this were that version, it would not have antenna. The antennas on the RC Pro are internal. There are kits out to change that, and it's supposed to be unpopular. I'd rather go with the RCN1. The latency differences are not that much, and I know my cell phone works on these, and I have a very bright cell phone. I use the S9 Plus, and so I'm set for that, but I just got to kind of figure that out tonight to decide how I'm going to do my setups. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the length. Have a great night. Peace.